You know, every week I try to find time to do something on Happier to make her look a little prettier than she already is. But right now I'm looking at some scratches in this windshield, and this is real common. I bet a lot of you out there, if you looked real close, you'd see very fine wiper scratches in your windshield. It may not bother you, but it bothers me, particularly on this car here. Now here's the trick to know whether or not your particular scratches can be removed. Take your fingernail and drag it across the scratched area. If you can feel your fingernail grab in the groove, don't expect any amount of polishing to get the scratches out. But like here, I can rub my fingernail right across this scratched area and I'm not feeling anything. So I have a special compound, a special buffing pad that I use to do this. I use plastic razor blades before I ever put a polisher to it to just come in and scrape off any type of pitch or other road grime. And I'm pulling pretty hard on this plastic razor blade. You know, after I'm done with one application, of course, I'll have to throw it away. But these work very well, and they prevent scratching the glass. If you use real razor blades, you can scratch glass, this windshield glass like this. So I'm just taking both hands and pulling it across, making sure I have... Okay, that feels better. You know, after taking a look at the windshield on my 280 SL and seeing those real fine scratches, I became a little critical and I started looking at some of my other cars, and sure enough, I would say 30 to 40% of my cars have at least one area of real fine scratches in the windshield. You know, these are mostly cars that are 15 years and older, and those are all caused by wipers, wiper blades, poor wiper blade maintenance, lack of wiper blade changes. And so is the case with my 1990 300 SL. I got looking at this, and I remember the last time I drove this into the sun, oh yeah, I remember seeing those scratches. Sure enough, I got some scratches on the complete arc of the mono wiper. This car has that single wiper, so I've got marks right up along the top. So I went to work to figure out the best way to get these scratches out of windshields. And I did some research, saw some videos, you know, went online. And the first thing I noticed was, wow, that's a messy job. How would you like to do it this way? Look at it, flinging that stuff all over the place. You know, people complain like, hey, you got to wear an apron, you got to mask the entire car off, you got to do it outside. And when I saw it, I said, that doesn't look like very much fun. I got thinking about some of the other types of polishing I've done, particularly with anodized aluminum, and I said, you know, maybe I can do it a different way. Maybe I can use a different tool. And that tool will prevent that sloppy spraying all over the place. The other problem I found out by using those discs on a drill, you can overheat the glass. And if you overheat the glass, you'll damage the windshield at the lamination point. So that's something you got to really be careful of. So look at the way I decided to do it. And sure enough, with some experimenting with the right type of pads and the right mix of compounds, I'm able to polish the scratches out in my windshield like you cannot believe. And look, it doesn't even create a big mess like... So you see why I'm happy I figured this out? So the question for you, would you rather do it this way or would you rather do it the other way with those round discs that most of those other companies sell in their kits for polishing scratches out of glass? So I know you're going to say, Kent, yeah, you're just trying to create another kit. Well, I am, because I found something that works a lot better, and I'm polishing the scratches out of all my windshields now. And it's a lot easier. Sure, I've masked this off, but I masked this off when I started using that round disc. I think if you were careful enough, you could do a small windshield scratch area on cars like this without even masking off the car. Just wear gloves, okay? It's messy. That compound is real messy when it dries. And we provide all the things that you're going to need in the kit, the attachment for your multi-tool, the pads, the compound, some syringes, some brushes, everything that you'll need to use this technique to get the scratches out of your own Mercedes windshield. So if you're interested in checking out that kit, I'll put a link in the show more description of this video and it'll take you right to that. So happy polishing, everyone. If you're interested in purchasing my glass polish kit, be sure and visit my website, mercedessource.com. This is what's in the kit. You'll get the polish, the pads, the special attachment for your multi-tool. a couple of acid brushes. You're going to get a water dispenser to apply water to the polish pad, but you're also going to need a multi-tool. If you're going to do it using this method, you'll need to have a multi-tool. I'll put on my website exactly which brands and models of multi-tool will work for this special head that we use for the polish pads. You'll also need some water right here and probably a roll of paper towels. This can be a really messy job, by the way. And of course, I recommend masking tape. You might want to mask off some areas of your car that you don't want to get splattered with this polishing compound, because it can be a mess to clean up. But I'll include with my kit a complete step-by-step video of how to do this properly to get those small scratches out of your windshields.